Welcome back to our fourth tutorial, and now we're starting to build up some steam. Now that we're able to create a new Microsoft team, we're able to create new channels within each team, and we're able to use the settings to control the overall team and each of the individual channels. We're really starting to allow Microsoft Teams to flex its might and allowing it to do what it does best. And that is to allow you to provide very clear structures and sections for the different components of the course that you are teaching. And that allows students to see very clearly where to access their learning. And for me, that's really one of the benefits of Microsoft Teams, is you're taking out all the guesswork from a student and you are allowing them to concentrate on their understanding. They're not having to micromanage lots of different links or lots of different ways of finding the resources. Everything is right in front of them so that they can concentrate on their number one task of processing that information and working out the understanding and then engaging in that journey of discovery. So what I love is that in each section, and I like to create sections according to the themes of the course, that allows the students to keep all the material together, and they know that when we're studying a particular course that's where they can go to find questions and answers and resources. And what I love is the fact that we can really pinpoint and highlight the most important resources along the top. So in earlier tutorials we looked at how we create posts, we looked at how we organize files, and again we're going to do a little bit of work on keeping those files organized within that section. We said we're going to return to this massively important feature called Class Notebook, and it is one of the greatest revolutions in education and online education. And over here you start to see things that are very much tailored to my section and my team. So my students need to have the SEO microsite at their hands. That allows them to go in and find all the past paper questions, to find the specification and so on, and to have that a quick access and ready is a really good advantage. They're not having to go and try and remember what the long web URL is. They're able just to see it, and they're allowed to see it within their team, keeping everything nicely contained. And the other thing I love my students to get involved in from the very get-go is to share their research, to really work together as a class unit to share out the work that they're discovering in their learning. So at a very early stage of our course, we started to create a very basic Wikipedia, and then as the course progresses we're able to add much more to those wikis and really share out and enjoy discovering that learning together as a class. So we're able to use this plus sign at the top to add in apps, and these are going to be some of your favorite Microsoft applications, so really recognizable Microsoft products that have powered education for the past 2 or 3 decades. We've got ever faithful Microsoft Word, we've got Excel and PowerPoint, and we've got our OneNotes and our PDFs. And really one of the keys is the ability to add in a hyperlink or a web link into the top of our document, and that opens up just about every other product that's not sitting in front of you. So at the minute, really what you might want to be doing is to be adding some of your key PDFs or some of your PowerPoints, and we do that by uploading those into our file section first, and that's very simple. So we go into our files and we add in any document that we see to be quite useful. And then when we go over here, if we want to highlight it in a particular channel or section, then we select the type of file or the type of document that we want to share. And in this instance, I need to share one of my PDFs, and it highlights for me which PDFs I have. And I have a particular example of an essay that I want the students to be able to read. So I'm going to save that. It'll automatically post into the discussion channel, a reminder to the students that I've done that, and the students will be able to see this document ready to go. I even have the chance to be able to rename that and say exemplar essay. And that's always going to be on the pupil's radar to have a good look at. And it loads for them, and the students can start to see exactly what is expected in terms of the work that is being set for them. And the beauty of it is they don't have to go running all across the internet searching in kind of dubious websites. You're able to present the core concrete knowledge distilled down for them so that what they're accessing is the very best. And it's as simple as a plus, uploading your file and sharing it with them. And really at this stage Microsoft couldn't make it any easier for us to share our expertise with our students. Again, you can start to add in other features. As I said, that's the wiki, and a wiki is a really good place to start, and I think we'll do a tutorial about ways in which to get that set up with students. You've got your Microsoft Forms, again, to be able to add in quizzes and so on. But really where the one that you might want to use the most at this stage is to be able to add in your websites. And the beauty of this is you can give it a name. So if you know exactly the website that you're going to add in, I'm going to add in a really important website, a YouTube video on Play-Doh that's going to help the students really unpack this quite challenging topic. I'm going to post it into the channel. I want my students to see that I've made this available to them, and I'm going to save it, and automatically it appears up the top, and all the students have to do is click along the top. They know everything that's on the top is there to be highlighted for their perusal. And here we have it. Any teacher who has ever asked their students to go home and watch a video clip, a short video clip, will know that something so simple is largely forgotten by the students. They don't see it as necessarily a learning homework or a learning extension. They see it as something maybe optional, but ultimately there's 2 or 3 steps involved, and that's too many steps for the normal student. Really what we want to do is to say, hey guys, remember that really good video we started to watch but we didn't have time to watch the rest of it? Here it is at the click of a button. Get stuck in, get watching it, and then don't forget to go onto our wiki and contribute what you've learned from that video. So there is a wealth of opportunities here. It's worthwhile having a discussion with colleagues about how you can use some of these apps to really enhance the learning and teaching in each of the channels.